JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. 14-year-old girl killed in St. Thomas, alleged attacker fatally shot. The man accused of assaulting and killing a Jamaican-American teenager in St. Thomas was on Wednesday shot and killed during a reported confrontation with the police. The alleged attacker, said to be mentally ill, remains unidentified. According to reports, 14-year-old Tion Sutherland, the daughter of a police sergeant stationed in St. Thomas, was visiting relatives in Prospect in the parish when she was attacked. It's reported that sometime after 8 Wednesday morning, the girl was taken from the home, sexually assaulted and chopped. It's further reported that she was taken back to the house, where her body was discovered with multiple chop wounds. An alarm was raised and the police called. The police launched a search for the suspect, who was accosted after he was seen in the area. He reportedly attacked the police with a machete and was fatally shot. Cops seized rifle during raid in St. Catherine. Lawmen assigned to the St. Catherine South Criminal Investigation Branch seized a .38 revolver during a snap raid on Port Henderson Road on Tuesday. Reports from Portmore Police are that at 6:15 a.m., lawmen conducted an operation in the area during which a premises was searched. The gun was found in an abandoned building. No one was arrested in connection to the seizure. The investigation is ongoing. Second suspect charged in shooting death of cop at gas station. The Major Investigation Division has laid charges against the second suspect in connection with last year's fatal shooting of Police Corporal Christopher Smith during a robbery at a gas station of Beechwood Avenue in St. Andrew. 32-year-old Darnell Allen, also called Nelly, a taxi operator of Westmore Gardens, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, has been charged with murder, conspiracy to murder, robbery with aggravation, unlawful possession of firearm, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. Investigators say Allen was charged after he was held in possession of the vehicle used to transport the gunmen who carried out the robbery. According to reports, around 10:15 p.m. on Friday, December 6, 2024, four men went to the service station on Beechwood Avenue and robbed several persons at the mart. The policeman, who was unaware of the robbery in progress, drove up to purchase gas and was accosted by the gunmen. During a minor altercation, he was shot and killed, and the men fled. He was attached to the Kingston Western Police Division. Allen was subsequently held with the white 2015 Toyota Wish motor car used in the robbery and killing. Following further investigations and a question and answer session, Allen was charged. He is to appear in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court shortly, police said. Tremaine Harris, 23, one of the prime suspects in the incident, was captured on December 11 at the Norman Manley International Airport while preparing to board a flight to the Bahamas. Licensed firearm holder under probe after losing weapon. A licensed firearm holder is under investigation following the loss of his weapon in Rockfort, Kingston 2 on Sunday. The firearm owner, a businessman from Kingston 20, reportedly could not find his gun, a black Glock 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 17 live rounds, after assisting with work being undertaken on a vehicle. The incident reportedly occurred between 9:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Ocean View Avenue in Rockfort. Reports received indicate that the licensed firearm holder visited a residence in the area to check on his trailer truckhead, which was there for repairs. Police said he assisted the workman with the job by lying on his back to spray the chassis. The gun was inside a plastic holster clipped to the front of his jogger pants. He had to get up and move to different points during the work, and when he finished, he went to the front of the premises where he stooped down to talk to the owner who had just arrived. At that time, he reportedly did not feel his firearm resting against his leg. He immediately made a thorough search of the premises, but the weapon was not found, the police said. September 29 trial set for man charged with uncle's gruesome murder amid claims he is mentally ill. A man accused of fatally chopping his uncle, then using a taxi to transport his body parts to a different location where he set the remains ablaze, is to stand trial beginning September 29. Charged with murder is 43-year-old Samuel Waldo, otherwise called Peter John, a resident of Brooks Level Road, Stony Hill. Investigators say he used a sharp instrument to dismember the body of his uncle, 77-year-old Derek Lindsay, then burnt it. The murder took place at their Stony Hill home, where both men lived with other relatives. When the matter was called up Wednesday morning in the Circuit Court Division of the Supreme Court, the prosecution said no documents were outstanding. Justice Leighton Pusey told the family in court that Waldo was not brought to court this morning because of some mistake. They're saying that he's not well mentally. The law says we have to have two doctors who agree that he's not well. We have to have the two doctors who come here and give evidence. Justice Pusey also stated. He said if they agree that Waldo is not well, then the court will make a determination. The court will deal with it in that way, but we don't have the doctor's report yet. The report we have is some long time. We have to have fresh doctor's report, Justice Pusey said. Lindsay was reportedly last seen alive on June 4, 2022, and a missing report was then filed by his daughter after his mysterious disappearance. The burnt remains of Lindsay was discovered 2 days later in bushes in the Cavaliers community, approximately 5 miles from the man's house. Waldo reportedly chartered a taxi and traveled with 2 suitcases loaded with body parts. Investigators say the taxi driver was questioned and released. The prosecution believed Waldo bought $500 worth of gasoline before it was taken to the remote location. The investigation also found that bleach and other chemicals were used in the house where the murder took place to try to clean the scene. However, bloodstains were still found at the home. Suspended sentences for 2 of the cops convicted in Mario Dean case. 2 of the 3 police officers convicted in the Mario Dean case will not serve prison time as they received suspended sentences. Sentencing in the case took place in the Westmoreland Circuit Court on Tuesday, with High Court Justice Courtney Day presiding. Constables Juliana Chevlon and Marlon Grant were each sentenced to 3 years for manslaughter and 1 year for misconduct in a public office, but the manslaughter sentence was suspended for 3 years, while the misconduct sentence was suspended for 2 years. This means they will not serve time behind bars. The third cop, Corporal Lillian Stewart, was sentenced to 5 years for manslaughter, 1 year for misconduct in a public office, and 1 year for perverting the course of justice. Her sentences are to run concurrently, but she was released on bail pending an appeal. The charges stem from the August 6, 2014 beating death of 31-year-old Mario Dean while in custody at the Barnett Street Police Lockup in St. James. Meanwhile, Mercia Fraser, the mother of Dean, left the Westmoreland Circuit Court feeling sorely disappointed on Tuesday.
Disappointment. I'm just disappointed because to the kind of beating Mario get and understand that he was inside the station and everything, I was expecting more. And the fact that they are appealing already, they are appealing Miss Stewart home. Therefore, she's not going to get locked up until they appeal, I guess, because the bail is still on. So I'm kind of disappointed. And I don't know where it's going after the appeal. But as I said, I'd leave it up to the court. But I'm still disappointed, whatever. You know, I was expecting more. It shows me that in spite of all these years, and Mario isn't a bad one. They don't have anything bad on him apart from his smoke. But I mean, his life, it seems like his life really mean nothing. To me, that's how I look at it right now. And I'm disappointed. But as I said, God knows everything best. And that's the way he wanted it. Because their life also, you know, I really don't even know exactly what to say. I just feel disappointed at the moment. Not that I want them to go to prison to rot or anything. You understand? But I'm expecting more from the state to say, yeah, that's a life. This wasn't a bad man or anything. It's a life. And the mistake, whether it's a mistake you make or whatever, you did something. And I mean, we're growing up in school and we used to get punishment for whatever we do wrong, whether we do it willfully or what it was done wrong. I just feel disappointed. You know, I did it. You know, I feel I run the race, and glad I didn't quit. And at this point, it doesn't matter. I just have to go and live my life. I don't feel like I failed my son. If I'd walk away, I know I would fail him. I don't feel like I fail him. So, you know, therefore, I just try to live. I don't know if my daughter is going to take it, but we have to go on with life, right?
JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.